Boom. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Happy Sunday to you all, and welcome to another live beer review. So, you guys probably know by now that me and my love affair for this brewery that I'm about to review, a beer from this brewery that I'm about to review, pretty much has no bounds. I've had so many different beers from them, and every single one I think I've had have been absolutely fantastic. Adroit Theory lives by a slogan of consume life and drink art. And that's exactly what they do when it comes to making fantastic beer, along with kind of creating beers that have easily some of the best can art I've ever seen in my life. And today we have another one of those, and that I don't really think this is a series of beers for this one, but this one is called the Telekinesis Imperial Double IPA, and just look at that. So you can see it, but it's kind of whitewashed on the can, but that you guys saw it on my Instagram post that this can art is just absolutely beautiful. I'm pretty damn excited about this one. Anything I get to drink from these guys automatically puts me in a good mood, knowing I'm probably going to have something that's going to be absolutely delicious. It comes in an 8% ABV, so definitely not really in that sessionable realm, but this is a double IPA. Let's see, it's brewed with Mosaic, Citra, Simcoe, and Amarillo hops. So I'm expecting a really nice, juicy IPA coming from this guy, along with some nice possible stone fruit flavors, along with nice tropical fruit notes. But hoping that I get that kind of dank, kind of good piney, hoppy flavor that they've known for kind of adding into their beers and kind of bringing in a good sweetness as well. So without further ado, I think it's time for us to crack this guy open and see what this thing's all about. Let's see what we get on the smell. Oh yeah, definitely smells definitely getting some tropical fruit notes. I'm not really getting much of the stone fruit kind of flavors on the nose, but definitely has a nice, almost citrusy tropical fruit note to it. Maybe a little bit of a grapefruity kind of citrusiness. That's probably coming from the Citra that's in there, but overall, they used a lot of hops in this. So I'm expecting a nice hoppy bite. Of course, I'm not really expecting to taste any booziness due to it's only an 8%. And Adroit Theory is pretty damn good at not having booziness when it comes to their high ABV IPAs. They just add, there's a really nice sweetness to them. It's just overall, they're fantastic. I don't think it's going to be as of a depth of almost an orangish kind of color. I'm expecting this to be more of a brighter yellow. So without further ado, going to be drinking out of my untapped pint glass this afternoon. Let's see how this guy pours. Yeah, definitely has a lighter kind of color, not as hazy as some of the other ones I've had from them. But overall, this one still looks absolutely delicious. Still has a haze to it, which is nice. Definitely still has that haze going on. Of course, on my end, it kind of has that brighter kind of color to it. Brighter yellow, almost orangish yellow. But not as dark as some of the other ones that I've had from them, and more the higher ABV stuff. But let's see what we get on the smell. Now that's poured. Yep, still getting a lot of that citrusiness coming through, which is really nice. I'm expecting some really, really nice, just overall great tropical fruit notes, along with kind of maybe a little citrusiness, maybe a little bit of pininess coming in at the end to kind of balance everything out. Not expecting really much acidity when it comes to this at all either. So without further ado, let's have our first sip of this guy. So cheers, everybody. Hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday. Oh yeah, yep. Just another fantastic beer from Adroit Theory. What else should I expect by now? So, of course, before I kind of start going into the description and see what the ratings are on Untappd over here, I always like to show similar beers, what Untappd shows as similar beers for this one, just in case if you can't get your hands on anything from Adroit Theory, which their availability now to pick up their stuff has gotten a lot better due to them having more available shipping on their website now. I believe they said you mostly can get beer. I think 48 out of 50 states can get beer delivered to you from them at the brewery. So a lot of you guys in chat might be able to get your hands on some stuff from Adroit Theory now. Of course, they're available over in the UK. Sometimes I've seen their stuff show up all the way in Australia. So they're starting to become more well-known. Their shipping has gotten better to where they're able to ship to most of the states in the country now, which is freaking awesome. So let's see what they consider similar beers. They got one Adroit Theory on here that's a similar one. This is from their, let's see, this one is called Memories Change Their Shape, which is it's a 2-hopped hazy IPA. But then we got one from Aslan Beer Company called Drippin' on the Cheap. That one looks, let's see. So that's a smooth Mosaic and Citra IPA, which sounds pretty delicious. We got one from Northern Monk called the Fresh 006 Double IPA. And then we got one from Bree City Brewing, just another double IPA. And then we got one called Fruit Car Site Exhibition from Verdant Brewing Company. That's an interesting name one. That's an 8%, but this one is, yeah. So, okay, that's definitely more of a singular hop, but they used a lot more malts in this one, and then they used London ale yeast in this one, which is pretty interesting. So, for my most similar one, I think I would pick. Let's see. Most of these I think would probably be a pretty damn good selection, to be honest, because you get the Drippin' on the Cheap would be pretty good. To be honest, all of these would be pretty good selections for a similar beer to this one, due to like they're using all similar hops, of course. Similar flavor profiles are going to come through, all being around that same AVB kind of realm, which is really nice. So you're going to get around that 8.5% ABV for all of these on here, and so you're going to kind of notice it's not going to be too boozy. These ones are, a lot of these I think would be pretty damn great. So if you can get your hands on any of these, I think you'd have a pretty close to a similar experience for what we're going to be drinking here today. So yeah, let's talk about this thing some more. So the flavors on this are pretty damn delicious. Definitely getting like a really nice tropical fruit note up front. Almost really has a really nice pillowy mouthfeel, almost a silkiness to it, where getting like slight notes of maybe pineapple and mango, but then you kind of get like the stone fruity kind of thing going in the middle, and then you kind of get like a citrusy dryness at the end that kind of balances everything out. Then the malty sweetness in there is like mixed in with and all that. I think it's balanced really, really nice. So yeah, they did an absolutely fantastic job with this one. So let's see here and see what the ratings are in this guy. So like I said, it's an 8% ABV, and let's see, with over 1,091 ratings, this one has an average rating of 4.03 out of 5, which is pretty damn good. And what they have in the description here, of course, it's kind of similar to what I read already. So it's a hazy double IPA brewed with Mosaic, Citrus, Simcoe, and Amarillo hops, juicy with tones of tangerines and mango. So those tropical fruit notes are coming in really nice. I'm kind of getting like a slight citrusy note in there, like a grapefruity dry citrusiness at the end. And then just like the pillowy soft mouthfeel. It's not really oily at all. So overall, yeah, the flavors in this one are absolutely delicious. Let's see if I have, let's see. So this batch was 6,000 cans, and I got 3,817. Yeah, that's fine. I got a higher release, but whatever. So let's see. Before I like to see what people were saying on the global scale of things, let's see if anybody of my friends wants to check this one in. Of course, the only one that I see is because I got two of these. Got one for my father, so he checked this one in, showed purchasing at Tavor, like how we usually get our stuff from Adroit Theory, and he gave this a 4 out of 5, so that's pretty damn good. He doesn't give IPAs like a 4 out of 5 that often, so I can definitely see why he gave this one that rating. So let's look here on the global scale. Let's see what people had to say about this. So this guy actually had it. Let's see, where is this place located? Okay, so this guy purchased it in France. Wow. So and this guy gave it a 3.75. Let's see, this person purchased it at the Craft Beer Shop, which is in, I don't even know, that looks like it's another place overseas. But he gave it a 4 out of 5, saying quite sweet, but not too much, smooth and easy. Yeah, there's a nice sweetness to it. It's definitely really smooth. It's not overpowering when it comes to booziness or hoppiness. Let's see, another 4 out of 5. What else we got here? Another 3.75 purchase at Suds and Soda, which is looks like it's in Maryland, so you can find this stuff in Maryland. He got number 5,073, so luckily I found somebody that has a higher rating than me when it comes to their what else we got here. We got 4.25. Another 4.25 purchase at Beer Wolf, which is in Holland, so this stuff was available in Holland. Let's see what else we got here. We got another 4. Let's see, another 4, 3.75, 4, 3.75, 4.5. So yeah, pretty damn good. This guy purchased at an online store. Okay, so called the Lockdown Calling Online Beer Store. So that looks like that's overseas, so we was able to pick that up. So that's really cool. So seeing some pretty, like, between the ratings of 3.75 to 4 when it comes to what the average one with, like maybe some like 4.25s and 4.5 sneak it in here or there. But let's start breaking down what our thoughts on this beer and everything, and kind of giving our final ratings and all that kind of stuff. So let me see if we have a couple more swigs to empty this can out. Okay, so let's empty the can and let's look at can art. Yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot of detail on this one, but it's not as like detailed when it comes to background stuff that is usually on here. So you got the really nice detailed like skull with like wearing like jewelry and stuff. You see the chicken head, well, the chicken foot like sticking out, like I don't know if it could be like a specific kind of bird, but then you have like feathers ruffling on the bottom. Of course, you see the wings at the top. So there's a lot of detail in just this one area, and kind of having like almost like kind of like a ritual kind of site kind of thing on the background with that circle, and kind of almost looks like a dream catcher kind of now that I look at it. So it kind of looks like a dream catcher with a skull on there, which is pretty damn cool. Of course, I like that kind of bluish grayish kind of background, to where in the front it's light kind of bluish gray, and then once you start getting around the sides it starts getting like a darker blue, almost to a black kind of situation. And of course, always got to give props to Adroit Theory for actually showing good pairings for this one when it comes to, like, they show food, cheese, cigar, and music. So for the food pairing, I really wish I was able to pronounce what the hell that is, but has something with eggplant in there. And this, let's see, we got, for cheese, we got the Springbrook Farm Ashbrook. And then we got, I don't know how to say that, cigar. And for music, they have Trumpeting Ecstasy by Full of Hell as their music pairing. So yeah, okay, so this does contain lactose, it says right here on the bottom of the can. So yeah, can art is really nice. They put a lot of detail to it. Of course, they have like the signature 3 logos that Adroit Theory always goes by when it comes to their different series of stuff. And it just, if you haven't been on Adroit Theory's website, it's a great kind of website to go to. Now that they're available to ship to most states within the country, a lot of you guys will be able to pick stuff up from Adroit Theory themselves if you want to try any of their stuff. So instead of having to worry about kind of finding their stuff at a liquor store or bottle shop or seeing if they're distributed near you, most of the time now, unless I think within like 2 states they can't ship to. So I believe I talked to somebody in New York. They said they would ship to somebody in New York. They'll ship to me. I already have an order of some pre-order stuff that they have coming out on their website that I pre-ordered. Some fancy things that I'm waiting for it to come in. More of that I think is going to come in towards the beginning of the year. But yeah, they have a bunch of stuff available on their website when it comes to, like, they have a bunch of shirts that kind of show all the different can arts that they've done available. They have like flags, posters, all that kind of stuff. So, and their glassware is is top notch. You guys have seen me drink out of some of their glassware. And they have another set. They have like kind of like a sour, like a fruited sour glass, where you see the one I drink from Deciduous, where with that kind of like small, it's like a tulip glass without the stem practically. And they have all those ones based off of their Dune themed series of beers. So if you want to get your hands on those, I think it's like $90 for 5 glasses, which is pretty damn good. So can art for this guy, with it being not as detailed, even though there's a lot of detail in like the Dreamcatcher kind of thing in the center, yeah, I'm going to give this one a very, very solid 4.5 out of 5 for can art. I really love the skull. I really love like the kind of ropes holding it together on the Dreamcatcher. I like the kind of bird in the background with like hanging jewelry in there as well. So there's a lot of detail on the skull itself, which is really nice. And I like the background accents of color as well. So 4.5 out of 5 for can art for me. Still really fantastic, even though it's not as like crazy detail as some of their other stuff. But let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Adroit Theory, would I get another one? To be honest, I don't think I've had a beer from them that if I got in a flight, I wouldn't get another glass of it. Just everything that I've had from them has been that fantastic. It's definitely hits every area that I look for with a nice double IPA. It's just fantastic. Yeah, this is absolutely delicious. What else is there more to say about it? So it's, for my final rating, I'm going to give this one a solid 8 out of 10. Really, really nice. if you can get your hands on this Telekinesis, I'm not sure if it's available. Let me see if it's actually on tap at the tap house right now. Let's see. At the tap list. What do they got available on the tap list? Come on, load for me. Okay, so let's see if we have is the Telekinesis available. So let's see. Got a bunch of fruited sours, fruited gozes. The black metal alt beer is available. Let's see, is the Telekinesis available? It does not look like it right now, but I'll be assuming that they'd probably be coming back and bringing this one back available at the tap room. So if you want to possibly go, if you're in the area of being able to go to Adroit Theory and check it out, the tap room, looks like they have a bunch of delicious beers on tap right now. So get yourself over there if you can and try out some delicious beer. Or you can kind of see if you can find this stuff at a local liquor store or bottle shop near you if they have the Telekinesis double IPA. I think most people would probably enjoy this. If you're a hophead, if you're an IPA fan, I think most IPA lovers would definitely enjoy this beer. It hits every note. There's definitely like a nice note of tropical citrus, pininess, like earthiness to it, and then you kind of get like that stone fruit sweetness kind of go through it, and the malts kind of bring in a nice sweetness as well. So it's very well balanced. And overall, it's like I would say it's more of a medium body. I wouldn't say it's like a heavy body kind of beer. It definitely has like that token like double IPA mouthfeel where it's like sometimes it's juicy, sometimes it's more oily, but this one's definitely more juicy and like pillowy soft, almost velvety. So yeah, they absolutely knocked it out of the park with this one. So yeah, I think I'm going to give this one a very, very solid 8 out of 10. But other than that, let's see. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I have for you guys today. So thank you everybody in chat for hanging out. You guys are awesome. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. It would help me out a lot. Also, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live to another review. And if you want to see social media aspect of beer, see if you can get stuff from Adroit Theory near you. Of course, you always see me talk about Tavor. I can always recommend Tavor when it comes to like a beer subscription service that has Adroit Theory on there. But if you want to try to see if there's stuff in your area, there's an app that's like a social media kind of platform for beer drinkers, along with having a bunch of different like cool things that you can find what's available near you, what's a verified venue near you, that what they carry. So if you haven't yet, get yourself on Untapped. It's a great platform. It's available on Android or iPhone, or if you want to, if you sit around a computer all day, you can even use it on the web browser through your computer. So you can check in beers, get badges, all that kind of stuff. You can see people like me, Wintucky, Duchess is on there, Kevin's on there. I believe Sifu's on there. I don't know if Sifu. Are you on Untapped? Good to see you, by the way. I haven't seen you in here before for a review, so really cool that you came to hang out. But yeah, a bunch of people are on Untapped, checking in beers, all this kind of stuff. So it's a really, really fun time over there. So if you haven't, shoot me a friend request yet. Link to my Untapped profiles down in the description below for you guys. Shoot me a friend request. I would love to see what other people are drinking and what you're checking in and see what's available near you. But other than that, that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So again, thank you everybody for hanging out. You guys are amazing. And I'm going to end this like I always end it before we get the hell out of here. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.